Hey guys, I'm Carl Sane with Cabarrus County Schools. This video is a quick tutorial on how to create your own Desmos activity. So oftentimes we see parts of an activity that we like, and so this will cover how to edit one, or it could be that you want to start from scratch because you can't quite find exactly what it is that you want Desmos to do. Uh, Desmos is nice because you get immediate feedback on how kids are doing. You could make up activities where students get similar feedback. This could be used for assessment. This could be used for practice. It could be used for conceptual lessons. There's a lot of math specific tools. So the graphing calculator is available. There's a lot of geometry that's available, or it could be not even specific to math. You just want to ask kids a question and let them engage with each other. So we're going to create an activity. I do want to mention there's two types of activities. And so we're going to focus on lesson activities and not polygraphs. It's a completely different editor if we were to use that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to custom activity. So I have gone to teacher.desmos.com. I apologize, I should have typed that in first. From this page, there's quite a bit going on. At the top, you can search for activities. They have some featured activities and featured collections to search through. On the left, they have them sorted by topic, but we are going to create a custom activity. So here are several of my custom activities that I've started, some of which I've finished. But what we're going to do is we're going to create a new activity. And the way this looks is you're essentially building a PowerPoint presentation. Think of it as a PowerPoint with the slides on the left. So whether you're familiar with PowerPoint or if you're familiar with Google Slides, every time you add a screen, it's going to pop down to the left side. Once you've created a screen, you can duplicate that screen or you can delete it. If you want additional screens, you would just click new screen. Within a screen, it's pretty self-explanatory. You have a title or some instructions for your students. So let's say that we want to ask students a basic question to get their thoughts as we get started. So let's ask a question about linear functions. Let's make that a little bit of a better question. So we could make this question. So here are the different things that we can provide for students. We can give students the graph. And so it could be that you want to give students some sliders so that they can test out. And maybe I should have given it M. So we can give them sliders for M and B so that they can see what's going on and maybe they can give a better estimate. If you want to remove that graph, you would click this X. Could be that you want to give them a picture and you're giving them the option to sketch. Could be that you want to give them a table of values. That doesn't make a lot of sense for this question. To respond to this question, it could be that you just give them a text box, or it could be that you give them some multiple choice answers. And there's also the option for card sorts, for geometry, for ordering the list. And so there's several different tools at your disposal here. If you add a new screen, you could add multiple pieces of this. So for instance, how does increasing the value of M change the graph? And let's define what M is. So I'm going to give them a graph here so that you can see y equals mx plus b. We're going to add a slider for M and B. So how does increasing the value of M change the graph? And hopefully we can see students understanding that changing the value of M, if you increase it, it results in a steeper function. But we need a way for students to give us that feedback. So we're going to create an input text where students can type their answers here. Alternatively, I could have added multiple choice when I said it makes the graph steeper, makes the graph less steep, moves the graph upwards, moves the graph downwards. Let's change that to shifts So you can see it's very easy to edit. Just double click, or you just click into that. And then if there's a correct answer, then you would add the answer, and then that way it'll give you feedback as the students complete that activity. You have some other options. Do you want students to explain their answer, or do you want students to see their classmates' responses? All right, and that's essentially the activity builder. When you're done with this, we can click next. And then if you want to be able to create a description, you could do that here. We could save this draft, or we could publish it. What I want to do is show you one other option. And so another option is to start with a pre-made activity. And then once you've got a pre-made activity, just edit that activity. And so this typically works for any activity that was created by a person. Some activities from Desmos you can edit yourself. So I've found a couple of Desmos activities that I'm a really big fan of as far as checking in on students, especially with their social emotional state of well-being. This one's a formative assessment, checking for understanding. But in this one in particular, this is a Desmos lesson with a lot of starter screens if you want to feel how students are feeling for that day. So I kind of like some of these screens. Here's just one for students to talk about how's their day going or what's new for students. I like this one, kind of how are you feeling today? Let's say I really like that screen. This is slide 4. So I really like that one particular screen, and I would like that for that to be the beginning of my new activity. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy and edit this activity. So now it takes me to that activity builder. I did not like screen 1. I did not like screen 2. I did not like screen 3. I wanted to start with screen 4. And now I can start my activity with screen 4. I'm going to delete all the rest of these screens. And now from there, I had a way to check the pulse of the class, kind of feel where they're at, and now I'm going to build my math activities. So now it can be back to that same problem that I'd started off before. How does increasing the invariable change the graph? So I'm going to give them the graph, I'm going to add those sliders, and then I'm going to give them a place for them to add their text. All right, and so here we've edited an existing activity, and we're just, we liked part of it, but we didn't like all of it, so we basically stole that one page. Or it could be that you stole, it could be that the activity was 10 slides long and you liked the first 8, but you didn't like slides 9 and 10, so you can use this to edit it. Make sure that you would rename your check-in. So this might be activity 3 for the week. And then when it comes time to assign that, you would do that by following the instructions on my other video on assigning Desmos lessons. All right. Best of luck. If you have questions, feel free to contact me. Again, my email address is Karl, KARL.sane at cabarrus.k12.nc.us. Thank you very much.